These are the Arion Legacy Deep Sonar 1 Extreme Clarity headphones. They claim to have strong bass, supreme clarity, and a strong sound stage. So let's see how they hold up. The unboxing experience for these headphones is a very premium feeling unboxing experience. The packing material and the overall box is just really well put together. And then inside the box, you actually get quite a few things. You get the Arion Legacy officially branded hard shell carrying case for it, which also has a little carabiner clip so you can keep your headphones safe and protected and take them with you. It zips up, and you also get a about 2 feet-ish long 3.5 millimeter audio cable for your standard headphone listening. You get a 3-pole to 4-pole 3.5 millimeter cable with a built-in inline microphone and mute switch for your smartphone or tablet, for using a microphone with it. You get a cleaning cloth. You get a pair of AAA batteries, which for me were actually corroded in the package, but this has happened for about 3 different review products I've gotten recently. So I'm not sure what's going on with shipping review products lately, but it's not just these, like it's been with a variety of different products. So I just picked up a couple extra AAA batteries. And then you actually get an airplane splitter to split it to the 2 airplane poles in case you're listening to your headphones on an airplane. Now, pretty good amount of things that come with it in terms of what you need. You get the 2 different types of cables, which are of course detachable, which will be a plus in the build department in a minute. You get the airplane adapter if you don't lose it, which is convenient if you still listen on an airplane. And then you get the carrying case, which is really nice because these are some nice looking headphones and you want to make sure you keep them safe if you're throwing them in a bag. And like I said, the overall unboxing experience was actually fairly premium feeling. It feels like I'm buying a premium product, which is always good. I don't get that often. The last headset that I had that kind of experience was the Kingston HyperX Cloud 2s, which had a fantastic unboxing experience. This is kind of similar. In terms of build quality, I'm actually decently impressed with them. These headphones have a glossy white look to them, but not the kind of gloss that's gonna pick up fingerprints that much because it's white and reflective. It's fairly sturdily built. The plastic is very hard and rugged. The clip system for adjusting the size of the headphones actually has a metal band on it, which is gonna make it more durable and you're not gonna break them off at this point, which is very common for headphones. It has a Arion Legacy branded logo at the top. And then you have a pleather texture for the top support band and your ear cups. Now on the right hand side is where you have your switch for your active noise cancellation, which I'll get into in a minute, but you have your switch over here. When the batteries are in, it actually lights up to indicate that the active noise cancellation is on at the moment. You do have little right and left indicators to make sure you put the headset on the correct way. And the left side is actually where you twist on and off to put in your AAA batteries, much like the SteelSeries H wireless headset. My main complaint here is that I do find it very difficult to actually twist off this end cap and put the batteries in. Putting the batteries in isn't so hard, but twisting this off and twisting it back on to get to that compartment is actually very difficult. I've tried doing it a few times and it hasn't really loosened up any, so that's a pain for me. That also means they're gonna stay in there and that cup's not gonna fall off very easily, but it's kind of a trade-off. Now, as I mentioned, both the ear cups and the top band are a pleather material, but so far my head hasn't gotten too warm with these. Often with the pleather, my head just gets pretty warm, and using them for a long amount of time means you're gonna build up sweat and they're gonna get kind of mucky and gross. I've not had this happen yet. I think companies are doing a much better job with their pleather in terms of making them not super hot, and so it was actually fairly comfortable to wear. Now these are 40 millimeter drivers. It is a closed back design and they are designed to go on the ear. So it's not over the ear, it's not in the ear, it's on the ear, and it's closed back design. So that plus the active noise cancellation is actually going to be a very solid selling point for these for me in just a minute in terms of their noise isolation. Now the top band is fairly thick in terms of padding, and so far both the ear cups and the top band have actually held their shape a lot better than most headphones I've actually ever used that have this kind of design. One of the ear cups were actually completely flattened in shipping from when it was folded up and in the package all folded up. And so I was very concerned it was just gonna stay that way. I was gonna have sound linkage and it wasn't gonna be as comfortable. Fairly quickly, it went back to its natural shape and hasn't had any trouble. And even the top band, with it weighing on my big head, hasn't changed shape all that much. And I have said many times on this channel that I do not like, top heavy band style headphones. I prefer the elastic suspension style, like in my AKG K7XXs and the, what else was it? The SteelSeries Siberia V3, which by the way, there's a new Siberia product coming out that I'm going to be reviewing on the product soon, and I think you're gonna like it if you like the V2s, so stay subscribed for that. But this top band is actually very, very comfortable, and I've only had this happen in a couple headsets, the HyperX Cloud 2s being one of those. And so I was very surprised. Now, I personally have a problem with on-ear style headphones in that my ears get very sore after a short amount of time. I just have kind of sensitive ears, and so that happens no matter what I'm wearing for on-ear headphones. But up until that point, these are very, very comfortable to wear. I was planning on complaining about this to some degree, and I've been pleasantly surprised with just how comfortable these are to wear. Now, the only issue with that for me, like I said, is that they are on ear, and so my ears do get a little sore. But for me, in short listening bursts, these are one of the most comfortable, not the most comfortable, but one of the most comfortable pairs of headphones I could wear. Pretty cool. And then, like I said, the 3.5mm cable is detachable, so you can use your own, which is good because the included one is very, very short and problematic for me to use in my mixer setup because like it's pulled completely taut from my audio output to where I'm sitting. So you can use your own, and it's detachable under the left side here. Now, in terms of how it performs, again, I mentioned that active noise cancellation, which I called cancellation at the start of the video, so that's interesting. Overall, the big thing for these headphones for me are their noise isolation. Between being closed back, on ear with some good, padding to make some solid suction, and the fact that it has active noise cancellation, actually does a really good job of just totally isolating your soundstage and getting rid of everything else around you. This means you're gonna have trouble if someone right next to you is trying to talk to you, but at the same time, if you're in any sort of public place, not a whole lot of people around you are gonna be hearing what you're listening to, which is also a really good thing. Now, I tested these both on my Behringer mixer, which I use for my main recording streaming setup, as well as my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. And that reminds me that I forgot to mention that this also comes with a 1/4 inch adapter for your bigger audio outputs, which I've been using, which is why I forgot, because it's over there being used for when I plug these in. Now, I tested this with music, games, my recordings, things like that, and I've been fairly impressed. These are a Beats style, and so they're meant to be more for like pop culture music or usage with, music and things like that. So they work best for me with my harder rock music, drum and bass, dubsteppy kind of stuff, anything with a focus on the low end, because these do have a much higher focus on the low end of sound. But for other stuff, I actually found if I went in iTunes, I normally keep the equalizer off because I like having the cleaner sound, especially running through my mixer, which has its own EQ applied to things. But I found if I went in iTunes and turned on the EQ and put it on treble booster, that was the perfect balance of sound for me with these headphones. I got high quality, just overall sound, clarity on the high end with that treble booster, and tons of awesome low end, but not too much. Like there's no rattling, there's no clipping with it, it's not too much. There's not a whole lot of pressure coming from it. It just sounds pretty good with the low end. And so, like I said, for drum and bass and dubstep, it actually sounds really, really good. It doesn't get too muffled or too muddy or anything like that. It stays pretty clear, even though the low end is pumping out some serious bass. So already when I put these on, I don't hear a whole lot of background noise. But to test this, I turned on my apartment air conditioner, which is super loud, and the vent is right above my computer area for one of the vents. And it's super loud. I can't record at all with it because it's so loud. And put these on, and it decently isolates the noise by itself. Got me a pair of AAA batteries to put in here, flipped on the active noise cancellation. It kicks up the volume a little bit, not too much, but kicks up the volume a little bit on your sound, and then filters out the background noise. I'm used to active noise cancellation, meaning I'm getting electrical noise, hissing, things like that. I didn't have any of that, so honestly, I wasn't sure if the active noise cancellation was working in this because I didn't have any of that normal electrical interference that comes with that typically. But yet, after a while, I realized I no longer noticed the air conditioner. The sound is a little bit louder with the active noise cancellation on, but I also noticed that even when I listen for it, unless I quickly pull them off and put them back on so I have that air conditioner noise quickly primed in my ears, I'm not hearing it. And I was very, very impressed. It does a great job. You barely hear anything around you unless it's right on top of you, which is kind of the point. Now, like I said, there is a LED or light indicator to tell you when the active noise cancellation is on, and you do need the AAA batteries for that to work. Thankfully, you don't need the AAA batteries just to use the headphones normally. And apparently, if you flip on the active noise cancellation without the AAA batteries in, it just kind of mutes the sound. So if you want a mute button and you don't want to use active noise cancellation, just take out the batteries and you have a sound mute button on the headset, just in case. So overall, it's a very nice headset. I've been quite impressed. It's got a very premium and clean and sleek feeling design. The unboxing experience was pretty great for a headset, which often only just come on like a piece of plastic. And the sound isn't that bad. My only complaint is that it could use, well, it's not even a complaint, just that it could use a bit more in the high end, especially for some of the stuff that I listen to. But for their probably target audience and overall, it does a really great job. And the sound isolation plus the active noise cancellation is actually really, really good. So this has been the Arion Legacy Deep Sonar 1 headphones. Be sure to smash the like button if you like my review. Leave a comment down below if you have a suggestion of a headset that I should review, compare a couple. Y'all usually like the headset comparisons, so let me know that in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the links in the description below to other things like our Patreon campaign, donation links, social media, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video.